back of the iPhone 6 Plus, you do have that single camera setup, which I'll go and hit on right now. It is that single 8 megapixel sensor, and you have optical image stabilization on it. You have some capability when it comes down to just the way this camera holds up in comparison, to nowadays. But honestly, I think everyone knows this. It's not the best camera anymore. But at that time, it was still pretty decent. You did have, some capability. You had 1080p at 60. You had video and audio and all that stuff that you can record just like in many other phones in 2014. Now, compared to nowadays, obviously it's not the best. You don't have a crazy amount of capability, no portrait mode, no night mode, no nothing like that. But if you know how to edit your photos and videos a little bit, I think you could still get some pretty decent looking photos and videos from this thing. I think the biggest problem is probably the front camera, as I stated. With the back cameras, it's totally okay. If you don't have that great of a camera, you can edit it up and change things up and everything. But something with the front cameras, this thing only having a 1.2 megapixel sensor is definitely not something that I'm looking forward to with using. Only 720p as well. So it just kind of keeps getting worse and worse in a case like this. So in my opinion, the cameras aren't that great. It is kind of a problem when it comes down to it. Again, Apple kind of fixed it up a little bit with the 4K on the iPhone 6 Plus, or the 6S Plus for that matter. But I'll definitely tell you for 2014, it is kind of understandable for the most part. So I'll give them some slack. So as of right now, this camera isn't that great, but at that time, maybe it was okay. And I remember in 2016 when I was using this phone, I wasn't really complaining about the camera that much. I was complaining about some other areas, but I wasn't really complaining. Actually, I don't know those many areas I was complaining about this phone, and to be completely honest at that time. So in terms of the camera, that pretty much covers it up. Now,